What's up, guys? Welcome to my first video on Really Rich. Today is just going to be an introduction to the channel, kind of what this is all about, and I'm going to introduce you to our new project that we're all going to be working on today. As you guys can see, this is my new to me crashed 2015 550i. Now, this was not part of the accident. I actually was trying to back it into my driveway and I hit this storage container and obviously fucked up the door even more. But as you can see, I'm gonna kind of walk you guys around the car, walk you guys through some of the stuff that's done to it in terms of damage and kind of what I've already done. I started this video late, unfortunately, because I just didn't get a chance to show you guys me taking all the damage off, but I'll throw up a couple pictures of what the damage looked like before I took all this stuff off. Let me go ahead and show you guys the interior. As you can see, it is dirty. That's just how it was dropped off from the auction site, but I'll give you guys a little B-roll of what the interior looks like. Pictures that I showed you, the damage doesn't look too bad from the outside, from the pictures that were on the website. When the vehicle came in, obviously the damage was both a little bit worse and a little bit better than I thought, and I'll kind of show you guys in a second what I found that was better and what was also worse. But let's go ahead and I'll show you the engine bay, and I'll show you some of the stuff that came off the car and some of the stuff that I found. Right now, as you can see, I took out I took out the crash bars and almost all of the radiator support from the front end. Over there, I'll show you, you could see the adaptive headlight. It has a crack in it in the lens, but it still does work. So I just pulled that out and hopefully we can get that fixed. As you saw in the picture in the accident, the right oil cooler did get completely taken out in the accident. However, the hoses are still good for the most part. There's another one under there. And I thought that was a coolant hose. So the bad news that I found out was that's an oil cooler and it leaked all of the oil out before I got the car. So running the vehicle, someone may have permanently damaged the engine. So, and I don't really feel like taking this all the way out to examine rod bearings and rods and pistons and all that sort of stuff to see if there's damage. So we're just gonna go ahead and fix what was broken, and we're gonna run it with some oil and just hope for the best. And eventually, once we get to replacing the oil filter, we'll go ahead and pull that out and check to see if there's any metal shavings or anything in there, and then we'll also kind of take a look and see if there's any other damage that we can do without pulling out the whole motor. So now really quick, some of the stuff that was broken, as you can see, I have all of the holes taped up, and I have a bag over the engine so no water or dust gets in it while it's in this state. But some of the things that I found were on the charge coolers. Both of the, if you're familiar with the N63TU, it has these little rubber charge pipes, I guess you could say, and they're really hard to get on. They only have, or off and on, they only have these single-use clamps that BMW uses for whatever reason. So obviously I got upset and I cut them in half and pulled them off. So we're gonna have to get some ARM Motorsport charge pipes to replace that. So that should be fine. Right here, obviously that's where they connect to the turbos. This right here is one of the turbo coolant lines, and we all know that these T fittings on the N63s rot out from the heat. So I was trying to inspect that, and I noticed that these little clamps are just too hard to get off. So I ended up cutting that hose in half and pulling that off. So we'll get a new coolant hose for the turbo, and we'll get the brass metal fittings so that we won't have any more leaks on these elbows, and we'll go ahead and replace all of those as well. And we'll also heat wrap them as well. Now, something else that I did find in the car that could either be good or bad, I'm not really sure, and I'm sure you guys can already see that right there, is the VRSF catless downpipes. Now, the car was delivered with these. I didn't put them in. So whoever had this car before and crashed this car before was either extremely ignorant, or they took care of the car and just decided to tune it. My guess is they were probably very ignorant, and that's why the car is in my driveway all fucked up now. So we're gonna see if we can keep those in, and hopefully there's not that much damage to the motor from whatever he was doing to this car before. Some of the other things that I found that were damaged was the PCV system. Now you can see on both banks, there's little crankcase vent breathers on both sides that come together on this little metal piece. Let me see if I can find it. On this little metal piece, and it sits on top of the engine like this, and the breathers come over the top and kind of sit over the turbos right here. Also, look at the O2 sensors I pulled out from the downpipes. Like what the fuck? Anyway, there was a leak on this side. You could see it's all caked up. There was a leak, and then there was also on the crankcase breather right in the middle where all the heat is. This was completely melted plastic. So the vent hose that goes all the way over to this, to this right here, let me see if it'll focus. There's like a little extender hose that comes off the PCV system that goes ahead, and I don't even really know what it does, but I'm assuming it's just kind of a vent, but it comes off the PCV system, not including these two holes here that are the actual crankcase breathers. And so not only was this breather completely severed in half right here, but that one was also leaking. And when I pulled the codes, I got a code for bank 1 or whatever, these cylinders. It was like cylinder 1, 2, and 4 or whatever, misfires. And that I just happened to find, and it was because it was running, I believe it said it was running lean, but that's just something that I found that was causing this side of the engine bay to act up a little bit, even before and after I was running the vehicle for a little bit. So this is the scrapyard so far of all the stuff I pulled off the car. I'm gonna go ahead and show you some of the damaged pieces, and you can kind of judge how bad you think the accident was. First off, I guess we should probably start with the front bumper. Well, I mean, you saw in the picture, the front bumper is right here. There's a big hole in the bottom of it. There's nothing really to see there. The main things that are bad is this piece right here that goes on the top of the engine between the trunk latches. As you can see, put it down. As you can see, it was bent and chipped metal on the left side, completely broken. The other one that was really bad is the trunk latch. Look at that. Completely bent metal on the trunk latch. Completely broken. And then this is part of the trunk latch as well. Also snapped and broken. Let me see if it'll focus. And then this is the actual trunk latch that was attached to the trunk. Or not trunk, I keep saying trunk. The hood latch. Look at that. Completely bent. So that needs to be replaced. These bash bars, look at the the driver's side one, completely straight. Passenger side one, fucked up. Just fucked up. Now, obviously one of the grill holes is broken, and then damage that I found was the turbo inlet pipes are cracked on the top, so that's gonna obviously leak boost and oil. Also on the passenger side one is also broken. I want to show you some of the pieces I pulled off the turbo coolant line. That is supposed to be a fitting. So let me go over to the car. This is one of the T-fittings that I pulled off right there. It went like this, kind of, some shit like that. But, or it might have been off this one right here. Yeah, like that. So I pulled that off. Now, when I put pressure on this joint, let me see if it'll focus, it cracked immediately. I didn't even, you can see it just shattered. It didn't take any pressure. So if I were you, I would recommend replacing these with metal fittings as soon as possible. And then I want to show you guys the damage to look out for on your N63s of these crankcase breathers. So this one, yeah, this one was like this. Fucking like this, yeah. This one was like this, and as you can see, that's a clean break right there. I didn't do that. It literally was snapped in half when I looked at it, and I had to uncover, here's where it connected, or where it almost was connected, completely snapped off without my intervention. So I would recommend you guys look out for those. And then here's where I was really fucked up at. Look at this brittle ass piece of plastic. I could probably break it with my hand, watch. Hold up. Motherfucker, hold up. Look at that. Just snaps right in half. Obviously it's fucking plastic, but look at that piece right there. That's supposed to be straight like the rest of it. And it's completely melted and bent because it sits over the hot V like that in this corner. Completely melted. Piece of shit. You guys have any other ideas on things to look out for on these engines that maybe you can see from the video that I'm not seeing? Feel free to just leave a comment and tell me to look out for something or change something that you think might be good preventative maintenance to go ahead and change. But that is kind of the extent of the damage to the vehicle so far. And I will kind of update you guys as the process goes along. And we'll get this thing back on the road. We'll get it tuned. Obviously, it already has downpipes, so that's, you know, money saved right there. And they're via VRSF. So, you know, if this person had money for VRSF downpipes, he probably had money for other shit. But I don't want to speak too soon because look at the state of the... Yeah, you already know. As you can see, the headlight has a crack in the lens and the adaptive. Let me see if I can get around the back. As you can see, the adaptive part of the headlight is smashed to pieces. It's just kind of hanging on for dear life. Can't even do shit with that. What else? There's a bunch of fake carbon on this. I mean, fake carbon mirror caps, fake carbon side indicators, whatever that is. Fucking fake carbon little press-ons on the side of the door. This might actually be real carbon, but it's a fucking piece of shit. So if we could pull this off, I can't wait. I already tried to rip it off when I got it, but I had to save my energy for the rest of this other bullshit. So if I can get that off, that's going to be one of the first things to come off. The wheels are in pretty good shape. They look really nice. I don't know where they got them from. These could just be stock wheels. I'm not really positive with the OEM options that come on these cars, but I'm pretty sure these are the OEM upgraded 19s, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I'm sure BMW heads will let me know in the comments if I'm off on that, but mix match tires on the fronts, or the rears and the fronts. As you can see, these are nigga what? Kumo tires. The fuck even is that? And then we have General G-Max. That General is, but nigga, if you want to die, get some Kumos and some General G-Max. Yeah, Kumos on this side too, and General bullshit on the back as well. The really good news about this so far is the interior, other than being dirty, is pretty much immaculate from what you saw. You know, obviously it's not perfect, but you know, we got the aluminum type trim. I'm pretty sure that's M Sport option. Soft closed doors that all work, which is super nice. I mean, that's badass. Harman Kardon system, that should be standard. What else? You know, the full leather interior, which I'm pretty sure was a option as well, with the white piping on this, the white stitching. What else? You know, the multiple adjustable way seats, leather wrapped. That's pretty nice. M Sport steering wheel, that's all scuffed up from someone's dirty ass fucking hands. Part digital dash, which is really cool. It's like half analog, half digital. I'll show you that in a second. And look at these back seats. Look at the condition of the leather on that. I mean, no sun damage. The headliner is not sagging. It's literally perfect. Everything is so nice. It came with, let me show you. It came with floor mats. It came with the all-weather, the OEM BMW all-weather floor mats, and also the original just carpet floor mats as well. Everything works. Everything lights up. 90,000 miles, which if you're a BMW head and you know N63s, 550s, 650s, 750s, you know 90,000 miles on a 2015 on an N63 TU is not bad at all. A lot of them are like 120,000, 130,000, you know, just dog the fuck out. So you know that this is actually not that bad. The only problem is this screen. This screen has these little you know, blemishes on them. I think if this was me, if I crashed my car, especially this one, I would probably punch this at least 3 or 4 times. As you can see, there's 3 marks right there. So I don't really blame the person for that. It does have a heads-up display that does work. There's nothing broken with that. You know, this light actually is a little bit pushed out, so that's not good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the car, you know? So, yeah. So if you guys want to see more on the 550 build, you know, just go ahead and let me know, and I'll keep making videos for you guys on it. If you have any questions, or you want to see, you know, any special mods, or you want me to do a tutorial on how to take something off, how to put something back on, or if you just have any questions on how I did something, how I was managed to, you know, get all this stuff off in the first place. Lastly, let me show you all the radiators before I go. This is the front one. We're gonna get a upgraded version of this. It's about 75% larger, and it's all aluminum. So we're gonna get a new one of these, so I don't have to put this piece of shit back in. This is gonna need to be replaced. This is the AC condenser. When they crashed, it looks like they probably hit a tree or something, went through the front grill and hit that. So it's only like $70, so that's kind of easy to replace. And then the main heat exchanger is all good. That had all the coolant in there. That one's all set. We don't need a new one. We're gonna get new brake rotors as well, because they're all scuffed, but hopefully there's still some brake pad life left, so we don't have to get brake pads too. But yeah, again, thank you for watching my video. I appreciate you. You don't have to like or subscribe. I don't give a fuck. If you want to see more stuff, just let me know. If not, also let me know. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.